Thank you for downloading this episode of We Got This with Mark and Hal. I'm Hal, and I'm here to tell you. Did you hear what happened in my mouth just then? We'll see if the microphone picked it up, because I was drinking water and it made like a little weird belch noise, but I didn't belch, and I needed you to know that. I also need you to know you should go to Apple Podcasts right now, leave a 5-star rating just for what I did just now, and a review of the show. Tell other people what you love about it, why they should love it too. Let's grow the people of the world, and let's get some merch. Let's get some of that sweet, sweet merch. But for now, here's episode 179 of We Got This with Mark and Hal.
And I'm Mark.
Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle once and for all.
Best cookie!
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Best cookie!
All right. Are we done just repeatedly saying best cookie until we find one that works?
Sure.
By the way, I was texting with my brother back and forth, and I said, hang, I have to go where I'm recording with Hal. And this is what he just texted me. Tell him no more Harry Potter questions.
Because he doesn't like
my brother plays Swag Bucks and
Swag
loses.
IQ, yeah.
Plays Swag IQ,
yeah,
and loses on every Harry Potter question.
Gabe, I hate to tell you this, but at some point there probably will be a full Harry Potter show. You know, all this.
Yeah, you also have 2 toddler sons. Like, they're gonna watch Harry Potter at some point. You should just watch it with them.
Do you think he'll be swept into the magic?
You know what? I think he might.
What kind of movies does he like?
He likes sports movies.
Sure.
Gabe is very mainstream, which I think is very funny. He once told me that his favorite genre of music was wedding. So like current pop hits and shout and celebrate.
He's
like
a big fan of the cha-cha slide.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he works out to.
Exactly.
Move to the left. Boom, boom. Incredible.
I would love to. Like, there should be a workout class that's just the cha-cha slide on a loop for half an hour at 24 Hour Fitness. It's like, all right, you can do yoga at noon, and then at 12:45 you've got cha-cha slide for 45 minutes.
Brought to you by the people behind LA Fitness and the Stanford Prison Experiment. It's a workout class that will test the boundaries of your body and mind.
24 Hour Fitness. Cha-cha real smooth.
It's so bad.
What are we talking about today, Hal?
Well, it's funny you brought up your brother, who is a chef, because we're talking about cookies, which is a baker. I understand there's a difference, but we're talking food. This is
but
best
the pastry
cookie.
chef is the baker called a pastry chef. They're the dessert person in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And usually if they make it to the finals on Chopped, they're the one that wins.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
You gotta
because
get that dessert.
if they can make it through those first 2 rounds, then it's a cakewalk for them. No pun intended.
No, too bad. You missed a real opportunity there.
So we're going to talk. What's the question? You just said best cookie. So I don't is the question, what is of all of the cookies out there?
Yes.
This is the official, we're determining what is the official best cookie of all time.
Yes.
Okay.
That is GM Pineo on Reddit suggested this. And here's the thing. Originally GM said, their suggestion was you can do homemade and store-bought. Those are the 2
this was where I was going with that are we going to pick one store-bought and one homemade cookie?
Yeah, I would say homemade / bakery made. So
that's a different thing.
You could have, it is, but it's also something you go out and buy versus something you make. Like, I'm not going to make.
But ease of making it and fun of making it is part of the process of, if we're talking about homemade. That's why I wouldn't lump them together.
Right. So let's separate something you go out and buy versus something that you make at home.
Great.
So while chocolate chip cookie is a homemade cookie, Chips Ahoy would qualify in the
for
store-bought
not
category.
very long.
No. The best thing you can do with Chips Ahoy is put it in a glass of milk and let it dissolve into sludge that you then eat with a spoon and drink the milk afterwards.
Chef Hal.
I've brought this up before. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah. I like my cookie to have a little bit of cookie left to it.
Right.
I don't just want to be drinking a glass of chocolate mud.
They're so dry though. Chips Ahoy are so
Sure, get
dry.
chewy Chips Ahoy. Oi, oi, oi.
I don't like those. Oh, was that back when we were really into Australia?
Yeah. Don't you remember those commercials? They had
the Energizer.
No,
the Energizer coming for you.
It was chunky Chips Ahoy, but they were calling them punky Chips Ahoy.
Oh gosh.
Punky Chips Ahoy! Oi, oi, oi!
Boy, is there anything more like when you think of Sid Vicious and the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, shilling for cookies.
Yeah, like, let's get some really chewy Chips Ahoy after this show.
Right, mate. You know what I could go for? I could go for some Eddie's Vegan.
Did you ever see the movie Sid and Nancy and the Keebler Elf? Really, really, really good.
Oh yeah,
movie.
the Keebler Elf is the one that gave him all of the smack, right?
Yeah, of course. In that tree, what do you think's really happening in that tree? There are a bunch of elves that are completely naked with face masks and rubber gloves on. They're whipping that work and just making that tree is a drug factory.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that tree has those like weird sex slings just hanging from the branches.
Uh-huh. Do you ever see the very top, the bushy part of the tree? You can see a couple elves wearing sunglasses with fully automatic rifles. Just like, why do they need to guard the bakery?
If they pulled back from the tree in that exterior shot that you see in the commercials, you would see the barbed wire gate that goes around the whole complex and periodic pickup trucks coming through, getting waved in by a little man in tights.
I love that Netflix series Bacos, where they show the federal agents that had to go to Colombia to try to shut down that tree.
I thought Bacos was about the fake bacon substitute that goes on top of salads.
Well, it's two different things.
Were you a Bacos fan as a kid?
I love them now. The funny thing is,
I never had them grown up. You eat all the stuff now that I used to eat as a kid.
It's great on a salad.
I don't know why I stopped.
It's vegan.
Bacos are vegan?
Bacos are vegan.
Bacos is or Bacos are?
Bacos are.
Okay. So one is a Baco?
Yeah. A Baco is vegan. Collectively, Bacos are vegan.
Wow. That's cool to know.
Yeah. And they taste
also, it's kind of a pain in the butt to constantly cook bacon to throw on a salad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to put some Bacos in like an omelet. I don't know if I'm there yet.
Oh, that's a good idea. I've never thought to do that.
I don't know. I can't tell if it is.
What if you took them in a mortar and pestle and ground them into a powder?
Bacon powder.
And then use it as a seasoning on top. Or mix it into the eggs before you cook them.
Or just full on snort it like a Keebler Elf on a Saturday.
While Layla plays the... We had everything sealed up in that house. Nobody knew what we were doing. They got EL fudge. We got horse. By the ton. We had a deal with the Chinese bakeries.
Was that your Leota? The Keebler Leota?
Yeah, that was the Keebler Leota.
Keebler Leota?
Yeah, Keebler Leota.
Let me ask you this. Side tangential.
Yeah.
If we're talking cookies.
Yeah.
The Keebler Company or the National Biscuit Company?
I have to go to Nabisco because they had a bakery near my home growing up. And when you drove past it, sometimes the bakery, the lights would be on, they'd be baking, and the entire area would smell like fresh cookies.
Great. I am a big fan of all of it. I think more of the cookies that I eat are Nabisco cookies than Keebler cookies.
Right. Like I like Nilla wafers a lot, which they're like they're kind of a boring cookie. They're way better on top of like a banana pudding, but even on their own, they're still pretty good. Again, with I don't put it in the milk, but I'll dunk it in milk.
Sure.
Like they're
and that's a Keebler cookie.
Yeah. Those are Nabisco.
Nabiscos? I feel like Keebler cookies are all just a boring cookie with chocolate in assorted shapes on it.
Bad chocolate.
Yeah.
Bad chocolate.
Bad chocolate. You sit there and think about what you did.
Yeah, EL Fudge I hated them.
EL Fudge were the ones that were shaped like an
elf.
An elf. And then on the backside were they a sandwich cookie?
They were, I think.
Are we saying were like they're dead? Like there's a eulogy somewhere for, I remember old EL Fudge.
Well, the Pepperidge Farm gang came in and gunned them all down. So he is
Pepperidge Farm. Let's talk Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah.
I feel like with this version, we could pull a cookie from each bakery. And
Okay.
and like there's going to be if each bakery sent one cookie to the Cookie Olympics.
The Cookie Olympics.
Yeah. Right. It would be, and everybody has to pole vault with a pirouette. If everybody sent one cookie to the Cookie Olympics,
Right.
would it be the Milano for Pepperidge Farm?
I think it would specifically be the mint Milano. Yes.
You're a mint guy more than the regular Milano.
Yes. Because the regular Milano
I'll allow it.
Thank you. Is, it's
Also, like
unremarkable to me.
the double stuffed Milanos, I really like,
Yes.
which are just twice as much chocolate in the middle.
Yes. I would do, that's what I would take. I would take the mint Milano.
I would take you know what? I would take the mint Milano as well. I think you're right about the extra little something that chocolate mint provides.
Yes.
And as determined by our best ice cream flavor episode, chocolate and mint are a perfect pair.
Yes. Now, Nabisco gets a little bit more difficult. You've got your Nutter Butters.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your Teddy Grahams. Are those crackers or cookies?
Teddy Grahams are crackers.
Just want to make sure. Chips Ahoy, also Nabisco.
Uh-huh. Oi,
But-
oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi. But of course, probably the flagship cookie of
This is gonna be
Nabisco
tough to beat.
is the
The
Oreo.
Yeah.
You can't beat the Oreo. You can't.
Yeah.
One time I went in a food group in Facebook that I was a member of,
Mm-hmm.
and I trolled them for like an hour by telling them I had just come across an Oreo with twice the filling in a store. They're like, you mean double stuffed Oreos? I was like, I don't remember what they were called, and then I just the more they tried to convince me that they had existed for a long time, the more I was like, no, these are brand new. It says double stuff on it. And then they'd send me a link like, here's the history of double stuff, but it would be from Wikipedia. And I would go, very funny, but I know Wikipedia people go in and change it.
Oh, you were just trolling just to be mean.
Yes. Another time I think I told them I just discovered Pop-Tarts. It was like a harmless troll. I
Sure.
get it hurt.
Yeah,
At
it's
a certain
fun
point,
troll.
somebody was
You're
like,
not doxing anyone.
no. Somebody was like,
chucking bricks with Oreos taped to them through their windows.
they went and checked my account. They're like, oh, this guy's a comedian. And then I was like, all right, I'm done here.
Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Come see my set.
I do love Oreos.
Yeah, Oreos are let's keep going down the Nabisco list.
We got Nutter Butters, Chips Ahoy, Nilla Wafers, Bella Vita.
I know
Breakfast
they're the
biscuits?
most boring cookie, but a Nilla wafer in a bowl of pudding, I know a lot of people do banana pudding. I do vanilla pudding with bananas in it.
Right.
So it is a banana pudding, but I use the vanilla pudding mix and line the bowl with Nilla wafers
Right.
to begin. Oh.
True.
Anyway, but they're not going to win.
Nabisco is now, I think, they're Snackworks. Snackworks is the new company.
Wait, Nabisco changed their name?
They were purchased.
They were purchased?
Yes, they're
Are they
a
still gonna-
subsidiary of Snackworks.
But they're still going to be called the National Biscuit Company.
I think they are. Yes, they are. Nabisco still appears on the label.
All right.
I'm just looking now to say CL brand. I'm just looking very quickly. We've got Oreo, Fig Newtons. Do you count those as a cookie?
No, because they're old commercial. Don't you remember?
It's a cake.
I told you no eating cookies in bed. It's not a cookie, Mother. It's a Fruit Newton.
Oh, that's right.
Carry on.
Oh, yeah.
A cookie's just a cookie, but Newtons are fruit and cake.
You remember a lot of that.
I loved that commercial because I was obsessed with Fig Newtons as a kid. Actually, now I like fat-free Fig Newtons better
Yeah, they're great.
because the regular ones are drier and crumblier. You know what I think it is? They've perfected the chemical science of the cookie part.
Yeah, thank you, science.
Yeah. Thanks, science. Probably going to kill me, but you know what? I just drank a Diet Coke. Don't care.
You'll die happy.
Yep, exactly. I'll die happy with with no fat, a fat-free Fig Newton and a Diet Coke in my hand.
Here's another big brand from Nabisco.
Mm-hmm.
Barnum's Animal Crackers. Those are cookies.
Crackers in the name. They
I know
are cookies.
Crackers in the name. They're cookies.
I
Let's not
know.
pretend like just because they called them crackers in the 1900s
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that they aren't cookies.
They're still calling them crackers now.
I love the Barnums because the box.
Oh, the box is the best part. They
and it would
went for
have a
best
little
packaging.
string that you could carry.
Yeah,
with
it was like a webbed string.
Yeah.
I keep saying was like these cookies don't exist anymore. We're not at a cookie cemetery.
Are we? Could you imagine?
Ooh, it would smell
cookie
great
cemetery?
like driving through Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Oh, and all of the graham cracker headstones. and a bunch of icing flowers left at each grave.
Oh.
So it's Oreos. That's the Nabisco cookie.
Yeah, I think there's arguments to be made that those other ones are fantastic, but as far as cultural relevance and ubiquitousness and deliciousness and they're the perfect combo. Now, let me ask you this. I say they're the perfect combo of bittersweet cookie to cream in the middle. Mm-hmm. Are we going with the double stuff? Or is the ratio just right in an original?
I think the ratio is just right in the original. Double stuffs are good, but every time I have them, I'm like, that was a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You might want a little bit more when you have a regular Oreo, but you don't want that much more.
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun is you twist it, you get a whole cookie, and then you get a cookie with,
I'm a twist and scrape.
Yeah. But then you eat the other cookie. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you just dunk it in milk whole, and then you eat it that way.
Do you ever eat an unchanged Oreo cookie?
Sometimes. If I do that, I horse it. I just stuff it in and crunch, take a drink to wash it down. And then the next one. Because I have to feed the beast.
Yeah. You're like that dude that just won the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, that's right.
You dunk it in water first just to soften it.
I don't really chew it as much as let it slide down my throat.
Down.
Yeah, that's it. It's easy.
The Oreo is the winner from the Nabisco bunch.
Yes.
We have the Mint Milano from the Pepperidge Farm bunch.
Yes.
And, I'm guessing a bag of Crack Rock from the, Keebler bunch.
Well, here's what they have. In addition to, weapons grade ecstasy. Chips Deluxe, which is their crappy version of Chips Ahoy. That's the gang. That's the gang that patrols and sells for them. So it's, Chips Deluxe. They're crappy, chocolate chip cookie. Sandies.
All right. What are Sandies?
Sandies are.
Let me guess. They're a shortbread cookie.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all they do at Keebler.
You can also get them with cashew or pecan.
Pecan Sandies sounds
or toffee.
Familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. They're fine.
They're like the cookies. They're like the grandma. They're kind of. They're like if grandma was a cookie. They do have a link here on their website for other cookies. Their other cookies are soft batch chocolate chip.
Ooh,
garbage.
Soft batch
They're
love.
Garbage.
You're garbage.
You're garbage.
Soft batch is awesome.
Why would something be soft but also cold?
It's the same thing with Chewy Chips Ahoy.
I know.
Same thing with a Chewy granola bar.
No, that's different.
It's soft and cold.
That has some flexibility. The chocolate chip cookie the soft batch.
My body in wintertime. Soft and cold.
It's not. It's not crispy enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not crispy enough for you.
You're not. Get out of here, you garbage cookie. Go to hell.
Yeah.
You don't get to go to the graveyard. You're going straight to HE double pirouettes.
We are so mean to Keebler for no reason.
Well, look at these guys. Look at that. There's one using a roller. For sure.
What?
He just got his first kill.
Country style oatmeal.
Yeah, these are their other
Danish
cookies.
wedding cookies. What is this garbage? Pitter patter.
Peanut butter cream cookies.
I have had pitter patters, actually really good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're like mini Nutter Butters. Nobody talks about a Keebler cookie without referring to their superior Nabisco alternative.
Yes.
This cookie. Yeah, it's like their soft batch. That's like their Chips Ahoy.
They have vanilla wafers.
Oh, they do. They have, It's true. It's not even Nilla wafers. It's vanilla wafers.
Vanilla wafers.
Is Keebler owned by Kellogg's? Is that it?
I think so. Let's say at the bottom. Kellogg's Family Rewards. Yes.
There you go.
Townhouse Cracker. Other places to explore. Let's explore the Townhouse Cracker.
Keebler does do some crackers. That's a thing.
Yes. They're good. They're very good at crackers.
Sure. Cookies. Townhouse Club.
And there are people out there who are going to be like, I love Fudge Shop cookies. I think the Fudge Shop cookies are the ones that are the rings.
Fudge Shop with two P's and an E.
I would actually pick the rings. The Fudge Stripes.
I would say Keebler Fudge Stripes. I would say Keebler Fudge Stripes are their winner. By the way, what is this that I'm just seeing for the first time ever? Keebler Coconut Dreams cookies, which look exactly like a Samoa.
Yep. And then look next to it at the Grasshopper cookies, which look a lot like a Thin Mint.
And then next to that is, oh my God, they're just ripping off.
Yeah.
Come on, Keebler. So all of these, by the way, are going against the Thin Mint.
Yeah, like any good mafia, Keebler's trying to move in on all of its competition. They're going to take out Nabisco, and then next up is the Girl Scouts.
The Thin Mint goes automatically to the finals of this because we had an episode that was what is the best Girl Scout cookie?
Girl Scout cookies. So Thin Mints, Mint Milanos.
So
I'm going to write this down.
So right now on this cookie side, we have Pepperidge Farms is represented by the Mint Milano.
Yep.
Nabisco is represented by the Oreo. Keebler is represented by, Fudge Stripe.
Fudge Stripe.
And, the Girl Scouts of America are represented by the Thin Mint.
Yes. Now let's talk about deli cookies.
Okay.
Like a good delicatessen with a bakery in it.
Sure.
Cause it has a collection
Like a
of
black and white cookie.
Black and white cookie is definitely up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love
You
them.
talk about them all the time.
I do talk about them a lot.
know.
And now I know, thanks to my childhood friend Nicole, who is also a listener to the show. Thank you, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
She informed me that the all white vanilla frosting version of it, which I like because I like the vanilla so much,
It's just called a cookie.
It's called an Amerikaner. It's a German cookie.
It's called an Amerikaner because it's the white one.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm just telling you. I'm not saying you have to support it.
No, I want one that's a bunch of different colors.
Yes.
And that's the Amerikaner.
You want like a rainbow stripe.
Yeah.
How about, there's a good collection of shortbread cookies you can get.
Shortbread was never really my thing. It feels a little too brittle and crumbly. Obviously, I have been talking about this for a while now on this episode. You might get an indication that I like a soft cookie.
Yes.
I don't like a crumbly cookie so much.
So do you like a black and white?
I like a black and white. They're a good soft black and white.
Okay.
You can get shortbread cookies that are a little softer, like is a Snickerdoodle a shortbread?
Snickerdoodle, I think, is a little bit of shortbread. Snickerdoodles are great.
I'll tell you what I love.
Yeah.
Those protein cookies. You ever get
like
those?
the Larry's Complete Cookie?
Yeah, those complete cookie. Man, they sell those at my gym. I leave a workout and get a cookie on the way out the door. That gym is awesome.
Listen, I don't curse a lot on the show, but get the out of here.
What? They're really good. They are. They're soft. They're dense. Their Snickerdoodle is fantastic.
Do you really like cookies? What do you really like? Do you want to eat a pillow with some sugar on it?
I like cookies, man. Don't cookie shame me.
You are going to be cookie shamed.
Why am I being cookie shamed for liking Larry's Complete Cookies?
Would you like an Oreo better if it was soft and chewy?
I do like stale Oreos.
What's wrong with you?
They're like Oreo jerky. They're delicious.
Oh, I never thought.
I like a muggy Oreo. Oh, the best.
You like to go to the Atchafalaya Swamp in Louisiana just with a bag of Oreos and just sit on a fan boat and wait.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll get there.
They're like, oh, you waiting for the big croc? No, sir. No, sir, I am not.
I do. Some of the little shortbread cookies I like.
Mm-hmm.
I like the one.
Like your dumb Sandies?
No, get that out of here. I like the ones that look like a little swirl with
I can't believe you said an F word at me.
Don't worry, we bleeped it. With a candied cherry on top of it.
Oh, I do like those.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Then there's the one.
I feel like those are always, these shortbread cookies are always like the ones that come in the blue tin at Christmas time.
They're the same.
We've talked about those on the show.
The Royal Dansk.
The Royal
cookie.
Dansk, yeah.
Yeah, you could take that tin and put it in an incinerator.
I love those.
I do too, but only like a specific, I'm never going to be like, boy, I'm hungry. I think I want some cookies. I'm going to go to CVS and buy a blue tin of Royal Dansk butter cookies.
You know what I have done with a blue tin of Royal Dansk butter cookies, which is a bit of a tongue twister?
Tell me.
Just leave it in the passenger seat for most of December until it is gone and then get another one.
Oh, it's a traveling snack.
They're just my drive around snack. Yeah.
That is the least portable.
Yeah.
You should get a mini fridge and put it in the seat next to you in case
I
you
did get that giant cooler and put it in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should just keep my mini, my blue tin of Royal Dansks.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
No, man, they're good. You know what else I love? Since we're talking about foreign cookies.
Right.
We are an American show for,
we're an American show.
We have a mostly American audience, but we have some listeners around the world.
We do.
And there are cookies from other lands, like the Royal Dansk, I'm assuming is from Denmark. Is that what Dansk means?
I believe they are Danish cookies, yes. A lot of butter cookies.
Sure.
Danish.
But so we are coming at this from a pretty American angle, but I would like to give a shout out to not only one of my favorite cookies, one of my all-time favorite foods.
Yeah.
They are a bit more of a cracker
Okay.
than they are a cookie to our palates. But, British digestive biscuits, I can eat those things by the sleeve.
Sure.
Oh, I love me some digestive biscuits.
You know, as long as we're talking about other countries, you want to talk about Tim Tams?
Oh, I love Tim Tams.
And then they also make a mint cookie
Mm-hmm.
that I think is the best. I'm looking up the name. Mint Slice. Mint Slice.
Mint slice. Did we have those? Did Ken bring
Yes.
those to
No,
Dragon Con?
we had them.
Ken Plume, our producer, always at Dragon Con,
Yes.
brings an assortment of British treats. Tim Tams being one of my favorites.
Let me sell you on a Tim Tam.
Okay.
Imagine half an Oreo covered, but the cream is a mint, so it's like a mint Oreo. And then you cover that in milk chocolate.
No, that's a mint slice, you mean?
Yes,
Not a Tim
the mint slices. Yeah.
All right, I'm down. Yeah, you had me at.
Do you like them better than a Tim Tam? Did you do the Tim Tam Slam? Did you ever do the Tim Tam
Tim Tams?
Slam?
They're
rectangular.
Yeah, they're rectangular. They have a jelly thing, right?
No.
Oh, they're the peanut butter. I'm thinking of the wrong thing then for Tim Tams.
Tim Tams.
I remember really enjoying.
It's
them.
a smooth cream sandwich between two crunchy biscuits, lovingly coated in Arnott's chocolate. So they look like that.
Yes,
There's a picture of them. So they can have different cream fillings. It's typically a chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good. The Tim Tam Slam, of course, is you bite a corner, like the northeast corner and the southwest corner, let's say. And then you put it in milk or tea and you use it as a straw. And when you drink it, eviscerates the inside and then you eat that.
You are like a junk food Yoda.
Yes.
Speaking of
cookies, yes. Cookies shall you have? Eviscerated you will. Yes.
speaking of packaged cookies
Yes.
from around the world,
Yes.
there's one we haven't talked about yet, Hal.
Go ahead.
And it's the one we have sitting on the table in front of us. That's right, everybody. The fortune cookie.
Yeah.
You ready to see what our fortunes are?
You know these were invented in San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I did know that. Which is funny that apparently I was watching a thing that China is just now jumping on board with fortune cookies in restaurants in China. They're like, oh, look at this weird thing that America came up with and called Chinese.
Hilarious.
All right. Do you break first and then read and
You
then eat?
break,
eat
read,
the whole thing and then read.
Break, read, and eat.
Break, read, and eat. All
Okay,
right.
we've given these to one another because
Yes.
I had them saved here on the counter just because I got superstitious about it, which is crazy. This is a manufactured fake thing.
So is the one that I'm reading, so I'll read one. What I read applies to you and what you read applies to me.
Okay, is that the rule?
So we're telling each other a thing.
Okay, that's fair.
So tell me something, Hal. What do you want to tell me?
You have a deep appreciation. Nope.
Appropriation?
You have a deep appropriation. You have a deep appreciation of the arts and music.
Oh, I like that.
Your lucky numbers are 8, 23, 22, 10, 34, and 49. And if you want to learn Chinese, the word for water is shui.
Mine does not have any of that. Mine just says, on the bottom it says, or yours rather, since
Yes.
I'm reading it to you. On the bottom it just says Panda Express. That great Chinese company.
Yep.
But the fortune for you, never forget how much you are loved.
Oh, that's lovely.
There
What a
you
nice
go,
sentiment.
buddy.
Doesn't-
Right?
It's not really good luck for anything, but
No, it's not. That didn't tell me anything.
it predicted nothing for me.
All right. For technicality's sake, I'm going to eat a little bite of the cookie, but not much. And I'm going to turn the mic away from my mouth when I do it.
You're so creeped out by eating
Yeah, it's gross.
a mic. Some people like it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. There's a whole ASMR. Look it up on YouTube. It's people eating. And then there's like a Japanese thing where people like to watch videos of people eating. So there's like, it's like a video of a woman who brings home, she's fully clothed. It's not like, she brings home like a giant McDonald's meal and eats it on camera and has like 1 million views.
Yeah, that is. Why are we?
Why are we doing this when we could be eating these cookies on a camera and just making bank?
You know what that would make
Because
me
we care.
to watch?
What?
You know what that would make me?
What?
Hungry.
Yeah.
I can't just man, I see someone have one bite of something in a movie and I'm like, well, time for a snack. Pause. I'm so susceptible. They could drive past a pizza place on a TV show and I'd be like, man, that pizza sounds good. Hang on, let me call Domino's on the next commercial break.
You're the target market for food.
Oh, everything.
Anything food based.
Yeah.
So do you want to put a Tim Tam? We should put a Tim Tam on instead of, we already have a lot of
I don't
men,
think Tim Tam's going to win.
but I think it's out there. Then
right.
there's also the cookies. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. They're British cookie. They have jelly in them.
That's
Not
what I was
Jammy
thinking of.
Dodgers. Let me look. this up.
Well, these aren't going to win. These are, nothing's going to, I don't think anything is going to beat the Oreo in this category.
Oh, Jaffa Cakes.
Jaffa Cakes, I do love.
That's what I'm
Jammy
talking about.
Dodgers, that was another one that all
a
of these are
different
so
one,
insanely British in their name and their origin.
I want you to look at the picture for the food on the Food Ireland website.
Mm-hmm.
What flavor is that?
Grape.
No,
What flavor is
it's
it?
not grape. Look at the fruit that's on it.
Oh, it's a lemon.
No. Look
What-
at the color of the package.
It's a yellow thing with
It's orange. Wait, do you see? It's an orange.
No, it was just the angle of this
Oh, I
screen.
see, I
It was
see.
like, it looked, okay. Why are
orange
you
marmalade.
yelling at me?
Because who wants chocolate and orange together? Why is this happening?
Chocolate and orange is tasty. Orange zest on dark chocolate. Mm.
Oh,
Mwah.
goodness. Get out of here. Would you put that on a soft cookie, on a sloppy old?
Yeah, and right before I dunk a
Soft.
Chips Ahoy into a glass of milk and wait for it to turn to mush.
That's different. That's me being like Thanos. I'm bringing balance to cookies, disintegrating them with a snap of my fingers.
Don't make me snapshare you.
Yeah, I snapshored an entire. Oh man, boy, do I want to do that right now.
Snapshare sleeve of cookies.
All right, let's pick one of these, and then
It's
we'll
the
get into
Oreo.
homemade
The
cooking.
Oreo has to come out. Wow. Or the Thin Mint. Dang it.
I think.
Or the Mint Milano. They're all so
You know-
good. I thought it was the Oreo. So I was so sure that
I
the
think
Oreo
it's.
was
I
the
think
one
it
that's
is the
gonna come out.
Oreo. I think the Oreo is.
Yeah.
I would put the Oreo up against the Mint Milano out of these four. Out of the four
You sure
that
it's
we
not Fudge
selected,
Stripe?
and some of the other ones. I'm really on the fence. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's not Fudge Stripe.
You know how they put those stripes onto each one of those cookies?
Tell
Is
me.
they put a big pile of chocolate and then one of them comes over with a razor blade and cuts it into perfectly straight lines across the top of your cookie.
You know how many other dead elves there are in that chocolate, just ground up? That's how they hide them.
Yeah.
They used to be Nabisco elves.
Yeah. There's a
anymore.
bridge between the two Keebler trees and the foundations of that bridge, that cement is full of elves.
When you see a little, like a little personal plane fly in from South America and land in Miami, check it because it is filled with cookie dough. You know they've they've dropped everything off the plane they can and then
Yeah.
packed it back on with cookie dough.
Oh my God.
It's an epidemic. Forget the opioid crisis. What about the cookie crisis?
Oh.
Anyway, Oreos
Oreos.
win. We'll be right back and we'll talk about homemade cookies and then we'll determine the final winner. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm your oldest brother, Justin McElroy. I'm your middlest brother, Travis McElroy.
And I'm your sweet baby brother, Griffin McElroy.
Me and 3,000 of your closest friends just found your next podcast obsession. Okay, but like the second best podcast. Oh, just listen to my brother and me on MaximumFun.org. There you go. Perfect. There you go.
You probably know that Max Fun podcasters are funny in the talking way, but did you know they also are funny in the writing way? We are very excited to announce that John Hodgman and Paula Poundstone wrote books that have been named as semifinalists for the 2018 Thurber Prize for American Humor. John Hodgman, celebrated fake internet court presider, is the host of Judge John Hodgman and was recognized for his book Vacation Land. Paula Poundstone's book is called The Totally Unscientific Study of the Search for Human Happiness, and you can hear her expound on happiness and many other topics on her new podcast, Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. The Thurber Prize is one of the highest awards for humor writing in the United States, and we are proud to have both these authors on Maximum Fun every week. Paula Poundstone and John Hodgman, congratulations.
All right, let's get to some home cooking.
Let's go. Homemade.
Because I saved pizzelles for this because
I love pizzelles.
it's a homemade Christmas cookie.
It is. It's a homemade Italian Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
And funny that we were talking about this before. Pizzelles were what came into my mind when I talked about the act of creating the cookie itself is a part of the experience. And with pizzelles, for me, it always was.
Right.
Because you make them on a pizzelle iron that looks like a waffle iron, like a really thin waffle iron.
Yeah.
And that was always such a fun part of Christmas time, was we would make the batter, and then me and my brother and sister and my mom we would just sit there and make pizzelles, and it would take forever. And we would be looping, like, you know, it'd be like, all right, who's on pizzelle duty? There'd always be at least a couple over there, have a Christmas movie on in the background. And then by the end, you know, we've got a giant stack of these Italian snowflake cookies. So pizzelles for me are a personal favorite.
Yeah.
But what's going to duke it out against the chocolate chip cookie?
I think pizzelles are great. We had a woman who would help my mother around the house when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be there like once a week. Her name was Mary, and she was from Italy, and she would bring us pizzelles. She would make them and bring them. And
year
they were
round?
so good. Yeah, she would just make them
do
whenever.
that?
Yeah, you can make them whenever you want.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I think
In Tennessee, by the way, some of our more colorful local friends called them pizzles.
oh, gross.
Anyway,
But
hey
they
man,
were
you
great.
got any of them pizzles?
It's one of the few foods that I like that has a licorice flavor to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
anise.
Yeah, because normally like black licorice, I cannot stand it.
Yeah,
But that flavoring, that anise flavoring is really good. Obviously chocolate chip cookies. I think the sugar cookies that you make, Christmas time where you put the royal icing on them, they're not only do they taste great.
there's something fun about frosting a cookie.
So much
with,
fun.
Like when my nephews and like, you know, we would have like fun, like events like that. Like when you are a kid or when you're with like your kids or family friend kids.
Yeah.
And like, that's a great holiday treat is that.
A couple years ago, Jennifer and I, we normally go to Florida to visit her family for Christmas, but we stayed here. We just like couldn't make the trip that year for whatever reason. I think I had work or whatever. But we stayed here
Because Florida,
during
that was
Christmas.
that year that Florida was missing.
That was the year Florida went missing into the Bermuda Triangle. We used this center island that is right behind you. We completely emptied it.
Is it right behind me right now?
Uh-huh. Well, you turn around, it'll be gone. It's a mirage.
Has it been there the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Keeblers put it there. The Keebler family wants you to have a little something. We made sugar cookies. That was the first time I'd made it sort of top to bottom. And it was so much fun. Like we got out, we have all these cookie cutters and you get to make the fun shapes and then you have to ice them quickly because it starts cooling right away. And like we would make like, all right, I'm going to make a tree. We made a red and a green and a blue. Like we made different colors icing. It was so much fun that process was the most fun I've ever had making cookies.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like a blast. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what, like, that's part of your montage. Your, like, falling in love montage,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
just you two making cookies together on the kitchen island.
Side by side, we just give each other a look.
Yeah. You got a little bit of that blue frosting on your nose because she went, boop.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why did you do that? I can't have this on me.
Oh, God, I gotta go.
I have to go get a facial now and get all of my pores opened up.
Oh, you're such a West Sider now.
I'm very high maintenance. Those are great. Snickerdoodles are a very fun cookie. If you
Yeah.
like cinnamon in particular.
Sure. Especially the, Larry's, protein cookie version of a Snickerdoodle.
I like that the Larry that makes the protein cookies looks like Larry Fine based on the drawing.
with the crazy
because
hair.
it makes it, hey, why don't you try some of these cookies?
Larry, Larry Fine, who, as Billy West told us that, his voice for Stimpy was just, a cheerier, more caffeinated Larry Fine.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, why don't you try my complete cookie? Yeah, it's fantastic. Mo,
That's not as good as a chocolate chip cookie.
No, but yeah, as like, the chocolate chip cookie is the all-time, like, the smell of a chocolate chip cookie, the dough itself. Let's talk about the dough for a minute. Is there any other dough that is as good raw as chocolate chip cookie dough?
No.
And you know what? All those people that say like, you're not supposed to eat raw cookie dough cause it's got eggs in it. You know what I say to those people? You can go climb a Keebler tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You go climb a Keebler tree and you sit up there with those little vermin. Cause, I'm going to be down here eating raw cookie dough by the cupful.
When you have cookie dough ice cream, it's always chocolate chip cookie dough. It's very rare. It's like sugar cookie dough. I know that exists.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sugar cookie dough ice cream?
You can eat sugar cookie dough. It's not that great.
That is great, yeah.
It's sort of like just sweet Play-Doh.
There was an ice cream I saw once that was cinnamon roll dough. And I was like, oh, you guys are gonna kill me. Cinnamon roll dough. This sounds amazing.
I went to the place that we recently, when we recorded our episode with Paul and Storm, we had brunch that day.
We did?
At a place called Ronnie's.
That's right.
And I think Paul or Storm, somebody got the cinnamon roll pancakes.
Yes.
I got them last time I went there.
Yes.
They're the greatest pancakes I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. And Paul wanted us to, order one of the rest of us to order them as well because he knew we would all stick our forks onto his plate.
Yeah.
Which we all did.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Too bad. We're each taking a bite of your delicious cinnamon roll pancake.
Trick is you only go with one other person and make it my wife who will try a little bit of it and then be done.
Yeah.
And then you can eat it. So good. But yeah, snickerdoodles aren't as good. Chocolate chip cookies are, a homemade chocolate chip cookie.
The official homemade cookie is a chocolate chip cookie, it feels like.
Yes.
So can anything go up against that?
No. I don't think so.
Can I tell you my sister's secret recipe for a chocolate chip cookie?
Yes.
Which, by the way, the greatest chocolate chip cookie I've ever had, Commissary at Disney.
Okay.
Oh man.
I believe it.
Like, of course they have amazing chocolate chip cookies there.
Sure.
Like, I was tempted, in the past to just drive there on my day off just to get chocolate chip cookies. My sister's chocolate chip cookies are my second favorite.
Okay.
Her recipe for chocolate chip cookies is very simple, and I hope she doesn't mind me giving it away. She has one little secret ingredient that she uses.
A bag of chewy Chips Ahoy.
Yep, that's it. Ground up. It's the maltodextrin. That's what she needs. No, she does the Nestle Toll House. By the way, what's your morsel of choice?
I like semi-sweet.
Yeah, I'm a semi-sweet guy. Which most like the recipe for most chocolate chip cookies, it seems, or like the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll do dark chocolate. Every once in a while, I'll mix it up with some butterscotch chips.
Yeah.
But yeah, semi-sweet. Morsel is always a word that I've hated.
Yeah.
It's like the word moist to me. Morsel is
it's
like
pretty
that
gross.
kind of word.
It is, yeah. It's very similar to
moist morsel is like the worst thing. So don't hose down your chocolate chips and then we won't have moist morsels to worry about. It's just that recipe, the Nestle Toll House recipe.
Yeah.
Plus a cup of Bisquick.
Oh.
Because I like that extra flour because cause like the Nestle Toll House recipe that's on the back of the bag, they come out very flat. They're really buttery. I like a tall cookie that almost looks like a muffin top.
Okay.
As opposed to a really flat chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
The only place who makes really flat cookies that I love, Schmackery in New York.
Okay.
Shout out to Schmackery.
I've never been there.
Every year, it's great. Every year they do, all of the Broadway stars. They do a Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS event there that lasts about a week. And all of the current Broadway stars come down and make cookies. And so you'll be like, oh, I want to go see, Audra McDonald and Brian Stokes Mitchell handing out cookies at Schmackery's. And, they sell like autograph or they auction off, TVs and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
I like that.
But I like a tall cookie, and that extra cup of Bisquick makes it a tall cookie.
Okay.
Not just flour. You got to use the Bisquick because it also has the baking powder and the, all the other stuff.
It's already pre-mixed. I like that. My secret recipe, on top of the normal Nestle Toll House, I put a drop of almond extract in.
Ooh.
And it makes the other parts of the cookie taste really, really, really good.
Yeah,
Sometimes
like
I've tried it with a dash of mint extract. I've tried like different extracts. Almond works the best. It's very little.
Yeah.
It is like a portion of a teaspoon total.
I wonder if you could do, if you just put cocoa powder into the cookie mix, and that's how you get the dark chocolate looking cookies.
Yeah.
You could do a chocolate chip cookie with some dark chocolate and, a little bit of mint and the cocoa powder in there. So it's like a dark chocolate.
Yeah.
The whole cookie's dark with a little mint. Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah, sure. You totally can. You have my permission.
Thanks, man.
Do it,
I
yeah.
really appreciate that.
And then send them to me. I want to try Gina's cookies.
It works. It works. I don't know, like
Gina,
I
ship
don't know
them.
how she figured it out, but I was like, oh yeah, this is the correct way. This is what chocolate chip cookies are supposed to taste like.
Give her my address.
Yes, she'll just mail you chocolate chip cookies.
So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Is a homemade chocolate chip cookie
Better than an Oreo.
Yes. Is it? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
People of the world. It's a chocolate chip cookie. You knew this from the beginning. If you're one of those people who doesn't like chocolate and it's not because of an allergy, who hurt you? Do some work. Regression therapy. Maybe like 3 lifetimes ago, you were like a little Dutch boy.
You were an Aztec.
You were an Aztec. And you had your head cut off and used as a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what it is? But if you can get past it, you can enjoy the best cookie in the world. Just a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie. Asked and answered. Take all your bells and whistles and put them in a crate and ship them to Abu Dhabi because the chocolate chip cookie, it's the best cookie. It's like, of course it is.
Yeah. And if you're in the shipping business, swing on down to Colombia with your biplane.
Yeah, exactly.
And come on back up to that Keebler tree. They know a guy who knows a guy.
I can't wait for the main Keebler elf's dumb son to take over the business. Such a Fredo. He only has one kid. He only has a Fredo. He has no Michael, no Sonny. He just has a Fredo. That's it. Sorry. Sorry, Keebler elves. They're just keeping him alive at this point. It's like it's like Weekend at Bernie's. They're just making everybody think he's alive.
The old man, the old Keeblerman.
Yeah. And I also want to say one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't hear the cookie you mentioned, I'm sorry that it's not a homemade chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, please send us a box of them so we can taste them.
Yeah, we'll try them. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's it. Asked and answered chocolate chip cookie.
That's right. This topic is closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit or
email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or go to our Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/WeGotThisPodcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks to our musicians Mike Furman and Jonathan Dinerstein for our theme song and score respectively. And thanks to you, our listeners. We want to just curl up on a couch with you and eat a great big bowl of raw chocolate chip cookie dough, eggs and all.
Oh,
and then when it's time for breakfast, put a whole sleeve of Oreos into a bowl and pour milk over it and eat it like cereal.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.